Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
May 20, 2020, the Masa Son is Jesus edition. First up, from the Times of India, a Pakistan internal report indicts China for corruption in its Belts and Roads project. As I am sure you are, shocked to hear that China engaged in bribery and corruption in part of its overseas initiative around belts and roads. In Pakistan, it was a power transmission line where the cost was 234% more expensive than a project in India with similar technology. I wonder where that extra money went. Could it have been to pay bribes in Pakistan? I'll leave that to your imagination. But the Chinese Belts and Roads program, with its exorbitant cost to pay bribes, has become an albatross around many countries' necks in the time of coronavirus. Next up, from Dylan Tokar over at the Wall Street Journal Risk and Compliance Journal, the UK Serious Fraud Office has closed a bribery probe into ABB over its past dealings with the oilfield services provider Unaoil. The country's Serious Fraud Office began investigating ABB after it disclosed the results of an internal investigation into business with Unaoil, which had allegations of improper payments to third parties. The SFO said its preliminary probe didn't meet certain tests for pursuing full-fledged prosecution. ABB declined comment. SFO rules require prosecutors to have sufficient evidence for the realistic prospect of conviction and that prosecution be in the public interest. For whatever reason, the SFO, many would say the gutless wonder SFO, refused to move forward on this. Next up, from the Straitstimes, a Malaysian publication, the current Malaysian Prime Minister Yassin said that he was not involved in the decision to drop the criminal charges against Raziza Aziz, the stepson to the former Premier Razak, who's accused of laundering $248 million in the 1MDB scandal. He said that he was not involved, unlike Donald Trump, who orders his toady Bill Barr around, tells him which cases to prosecute and which to drop. The current it's actually even a scandal in Malaysia as it stands right now. And then finally, the story you have been waiting for. And sometimes you wonder what these people are thinking, and sometimes you just wonder, well, that's exactly what they're thinking. As Softbank founder Masa Son, although conceding he has made mistakes, on an investor call, compared himself to Jesus Christ. He said that Christ was also misunderstood and criticized, and that he is misunderstood and criticized. He took it a step further by comparing himself to the Beatles, who apparently he believes had the same affliction. So, as you may recall, if you're old enough, John Lennon once said that the Beatles were more popular than Christ, much like Nietzsche saying that God is dead. Well, it turns out that Christ actually was more popular than the Beatles, and Nietzsche is dead and God is not. So you have to wonder why Masa Son would compare himself to Jesus Christ, although maybe he's just channeling his inner Donald Trump and believing his own PR. But as a businessman, he's been nothing well nigh short of a disaster for the investors in Softbank going forward. I hope you'll check out this month's 31 Days to a More Effective Compliance program, where I'm focusing on written standards. Also, I hope you will check out the Compliance Life, where we are featuring Ellen Hunt. And finally, I start a 5-part series on compliance programs in the banking industry and beyond, sponsored by K2 Intelligence Fin. Check all those out this week on the Compliance Podcast Network. Thanks for listening.